everyone.
Everything is going according to plan.
This is the only show where it's better to be an interesting person than a person of interest.
Somebody's going to get mad before we're done.
Oh, that. Sorry, pal, but we got company rules. No dogs allowed beyond this point. Get the point?
Hi, everybody, and welcome to NSS. This is the Reynolds Report. On Friday, Senator Dick Durbin talked about hearing Donald Trump's shithole comment.
As Senator Graham made his presentation, the president interrupted him several times with questions, and in the course of his comments, said things which were hate-filled, vile, and racist. I use those words advisedly. I understand how powerful they are. But I cannot believe that in the history of the White House, in that Oval Office, any president has ever spoken the words that I personally heard our president speak yesterday. You've seen the comments in the press. I have not read one of them that's inaccurate. To no surprise, the president started tweeting this morning denying that he used those words. It is not true. He said these hate-filled things, and he said them repeatedly. The most disheartening thing to me is my belief that that was the first time words that hateful had been spoken in the Oval Office of the White House. I think back presidents throughout history, and I cannot imagine a moment where a president sunk to that depth. That's what breaks my heart.
And now, things I've learned from Judge Judy.
All rise.
Did you have any arrangement with your mother when you were 18 years old about who else could drive the car?
No.
If I were putting myself in a position of allowing my 18-year-old idiot child who had no credit to drive around in a car, I would say to my child, you're the only one who can drive the car.
Okay.
That's what I would do with my child who was 18 years old.
That's it for things I've learned from Judge Judy.
The secret airline of Area 51, which sort of doesn't exist at a U.S. military base, and supposedly housing crashed alien aircraft that sort of don't exist with dead aliens, is looking for flight attendants for Janet Airlines, an airline that also sort of doesn't exist. According to several reports, the Air Force-owned planes operated by defense contractor ACOM, which ferry government employees and contractors from Las Vegas to Area 51, is advertising for flight attendants. Applicants, quote, must be level-headed and clear-thinking while handling unusual incidents and situations, unquote. The unusual incidents don't include dealing with gray aliens who refuse to return their seatbacks to the full and upright position. Donald Trump met with the Prime Minister of Norway on Friday, Erna Solberg. Awkward moment when Trump asked Solberg how far Norway was from their neighbor Safeway. A new study says your spouse is most likely to cheat if they have these jobs. President of the United States. A TMZ video shows Harvey Weinstein being slapped by a drunk restaurant patron. Joke is on the drunk guy. His hand now has herpes. Walmart is giving employees who've worked there for 20 years or more a $1,000 bonus. Well, that was certainly time well spent. Canadian diplomats in Cuba have been attacked by a mysterious noise that's making them ill, the same one as the American diplomats. The Canadians are really angry about the attacks, but mainly they're angry that, as always, they're being mistaken for Americans. A competitive runner was disqualified from winning a 100-mile Colorado race when it was discovered he hid in a porta potty. Well, that's a crappy way to cheat. Remember that elderly California couple that was busted last month in Nebraska for transporting 60 pounds of weed? Well, they've been arrested again in a separate incident, this time for carrying $18,000 in cash worth of suspected drug money. You know, most retired people are happy just to have enough time to binge watch Breaking Bad, not actually trying to reenact it. Vermont legislators have voted to make pot legal in the state. Vermont is a blue state that's about to go green. According to a new study, trying just one cigarette leads most people to a daily smoking habit. Too bad that doesn't work with exercise. Time for Nobody Gives a The CEO of Domino's Pizza announced that he's stepping down this summer. He'll carefully pack up his office, then get home and find that all his stuff is stuck to the top of the box. Hey, CEOs, nobody gives a f***. Oprah for President signs have started to appear in Los Angeles as long as she doesn't allow that Tom Cruise dude to dance on the front lawn of the White House. Hey, Oprah, nobody gives a f***. And apparently Facebook wants to put cameras and microphones in your home. Oh my, that's so 1984. Hey, Facebook, nobody gives a f***. Thanks, everybody. We have a new episode of the Reynolds Report for you every weekday. Be sure to check out NSS Live, starring Frank D'Angelo and his celebrity panel of guests, including the legendary Phil Esposito. Tuesdays and Thursdays. NSS Live.